we are making a proper Italian pizza from scratch, and I'm gonna show you how. Ingredients for 6 pizzas. 1 kilo of pizza flour. It's a 00 flour, so when you go and buy 00 flour or pizza flour, you have to look for a pizza flour with 11 grams of protein, 12 grams of protein, or 13 grams of protein. Below 11 grams of protein, I will not recommend to use. 700 millimeters of cold tap water. This is going to be a 70% hydration pizza. Half teaspoon of dry yeast. 5 teaspoons of salt. That's it. What we need also is a scraper for the pizza dough. If you love making pizzas, you should get a professional pizza tray to store the pizza balls. Or you can use individual airtight plastic containers for each pizza ball. I have this amazing dough mixer, which is my new best friend, but hands are amazing. You use your hands to make pizza, or you can use a normal stand mixer. Stand mixers do a much easier job, sometimes better job than your hands. The first thing I want to do is to pour the water. So we have 700 milliliters of cold tap water. Now let's add about 2 handfuls of flour. Now we're gonna add the salt. Now we add half teaspoon of dry yeast in the mix. And let's start the mixer. Lock it, close it, and let's start mixing. So what we're doing now is we're activating the yeast. Salt and yeast can go in at the same time, together with the flour. The reason why I added flour first is so the yeast has food, which is the flour. You can heat the flour, you can activate, and the salt is not going to affect the yeast. All right, let's see how it is. It's very watery. What I want to do now, I want to add flour a little bit at a time, okay? Let's add about half of what we have, and let's start mixing. This dough mixer shows us the temperature of the dough. We want to reach a temperature between 23 and 26 degrees Celsius, so keep an eye on that. Now I'm going to add the flour a little bit at a time. This is the process we don't want to rush, okay? See, I'm just putting 1 spoon at a time, so we give time for the dough to mix very well. If you're doing this by hand, it's the same thing. Just add the flour a little bit at a time. All right, guys, the dough is ready, and look at the temperature. We have the perfect temperature for the pizza dough, 25 degrees Celsius. If you're making the dough by hand, just stick a thermometer inside. If you don't have a thermometer, it's okay, just keep going. And when the dough is ready and finished, just do the bounce back technique. You press on it with your finger. If the dough bounces back, it's ready. All right, guys, this is ready, and look at that. Look how wonderful. Let's get this off, and let's work it out with our hands now. It's time to make the pizza balls. Before we make the pizza balls, get some fine semolina. This should be super fine semolina. Normally, the Italian semolina is what you can find in the supermarket. And just spread it everywhere, just like that. So we avoid the bottom of the pizza bowl to get stuck to the tray. Usually, professional pizza trays don't need any flour at the bottom because they don't really stick to it. But, you know, we're at home, it's for an extra peace of mind. If you use individual airtight plastic containers, I recommend to put just a little drop of oil and spread it everywhere. The reason why we use oil in the individual airtight plastic container is that so it's easier to get the dough out. So we put it upside down and the dough comes out easily from the plastic container. On the professional pizza tray, we're actually using our hands and the scraper to get the dough out of the tray. You also need a scale. We're gonna make a pizza balls between 250 and 270 grams. Right, let's get the dough out. So it feels very nice. I like how this feels. It's a 70% hydration dough. What we're going to do now is to make the pizza balls. So cut enough. Look at the beautiful structure we have. Look at that. Let's make pizza balls. This should be about 250 or 270. 252, perfect. That's what I want. This dough can make 6 pizzas, 270 grams each, or you can make 7 pizzas, 6, 250 grams, and then you will have an extra little piece of dough which is 200 grams, and we can use for dessert pizza. Alright guys, here we have the pizza balls. Pizza balls are ready to go in the tray. So what we do now, let's try and do this. See, I wash my hands so the pizza balls don't get stuck to my fingers. Do this, and make sure that you always check the bottom part. We want to close it, okay? And now we put this on the semolina. Look how easy it is. My hands are still clean. See how it's nice and smooth on top? I'm just trying to gently fold the pizza around, see, and I'm just trying to close the bottom of the pizza by doing this. You don't have to do this again if it's too hard for you. All you have to do is to close the bottom of the pizza dough and put it in. Now make sure your hands are clean. See, it's starting to get dirty. Make sure your hands are clean. Otherwise, the pizza bowl will get stuck to your hands. You don't want that. If your countertop becomes sticky, just do this, scrape it. Normally a timber or marble bench top won't get sticky, but if it does, just scrape it down like that or sprinkle some flour. Look how beautiful the dough is, nice and silky. It's a perfect pizza ball, look. Got a bounce back, which is what we want, see that? Now we want to place these pizza balls in the fridge and let it ferment between 16 and 24 hours in the fridge. You take the pizza balls out of the fridge at least 4 hours before you want to stretch the first pizza. And what you do is you leave the pizza balls at room temperature, but of course covered in the pizza tray or in the plastic container. Look how bubbling they are, look at that, look how they move. That's simply because we have a 70% hydration, look at that. They're gonna be so easy to stretch. What I have here is some fine Italian semolina, which is perfect for stretching the pizza, okay? We're gonna put the pizza ball inside here. So how do we get the pizza ball? Just put some semolina over it, just go like this, just remove it from the bottom. We don't want the pizza ball to get stuck. Get it, and let's put it in there. Put the pizza ball here on the semolina. Put semolina everywhere, top and bottom. Can you see how bubbly this dough is? Now what we do is, don't press on the edges, just press in the middle and towards the edges, okay? So in the middle, towards the edges. Do this slowly. You see how we're creating puff edges? And what we can do the Napolitan stretch, but you can also do, you can just stretch it like this. Just try not to press on the edges. But I want to show you something even easier. If you just do this, and you go around and around, because it's a 70% hydration though, this will stretch by itself. So easy. I'm not pulling anything. I'm just letting the gravity do the job. And if you want to be fancy and remove the extra semolina, just do this. But when you do this, make sure your hands are like that. You don't want to have your fingers like this, otherwise you create a hole. Just always like this. Now when you add the toppings, be quick. On the timber board, you can be a little bit slower, but still don't take too long. Otherwise the sauce will put pressure on the base and the sauce will touch the timber, and that's when the pizza base can get stuck to your peel. Now let's put the San Marzano tomato on top. The tomato feels a lot nicer on the pizza, I have to say. Let's put some of the basil on. We already have the basil and the tomatoes, let's put more. This is the fresh mozzarella. What I've done, I had to cut it before, in advance, to let all the water out, okay, the milk out. So that way we don't get a watery pizza. Let's put the fresh mozzarella on top. Now let's put the premium oil on top. Now in the oven at 350 Celsius. Okay, put it in. Right, it's cooking a little bit faster, I have to say. Yeah. So, if you look at this side, it cooked in about 30 seconds. Okay, this is done. Look at that. Look at this beautiful crust. Crunchy. The cheese melted beautifully. Bottom cooked perfection. Guys, this is what you find in top quality pizzerias around the world. So I'm gonna use scissors. Look at that. Can you believe that? The credit goes to the stand mixer definitely too. But look at this. Look at this beauty. That's insane. Look at this masterpiece. To make a Napolitan pizza is not difficult. You just need to allow the time to do the job. So you make the pizza dough, you allow the fermentation to happen in the fridge overnight, and the day after, you make those beautiful pizza balls, and you will be able to enjoy a fantastic artisan pizza, the original pizza from Naples. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I will see you on the next Vincenzo's Plate video recipe. E ora si mangia. Vincenzo's Plate.